You can walk in and register at the Black Parent Trainings, but you are not guaranteed a training packet unless you register online. You can walk into the Black Parent Trainings, but you are not guaranteed a training packet unless you register online. Bermuda, I am coming to Bermuda in April. South Africa, I will be in Soweto. I will be in Soweto, South Africa, for the anniversary of Hector Peterson and the Soweto student uprising of 1977-76. Forgive me on the year. I will be in Soweto at the Hector Peterson Museum on June the 16th, and I will stand in solidarity with my brothers and sisters of the great Zulu nation, and I will stand in solidarity with my brothers and sisters of the great Xhosa nation, and I will stand in solidarity with my brothers and sisters of the great Swazi nation, and I will stand in solidarity with my South African brothers and sisters from Pretoria and Johannesburg and Cape Coast and KwaZulu and the Western Cape and the Eastern Cape. The Prince of Pan-Africanism is back in South Africa, June the 16th. Amsterdam. I will be in Amsterdam. That's right. I'm coming back. Get ready, Holland. Get ready, Netherlands. Get ready, Black Dutch. The Prince of Pan-Africanism is coming back to Amsterdam on July the 4th. While Negroes in America is celebrating their slave masters' freedom, I'll be building with my Pan-African brothers and sisters in the country of Holland. I will be in Amsterdam and Rotterdam, July the 4th. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Bermuda in May, South Africa in June, Amsterdam in July, and I'm missing somebody. I'm missing another international engagement. Senegal. The Prince of Pan-Africanism will be in Senegal for Africa Week. I am coming. The tickets have been purchased. Get ready. I'm coming back to the country that gave birth to my spiritual renaissance. Senegal, get ready. Senegal, I'm coming back. And I'm going straight to Goree Island to pour my libations like I did the last week of July 2005 and wake up the ancestors. Oh, the Frederick Douglass Marcus Garvey Academy is coming. Don't tell me you can't afford to make a financial donation because I got brothers and sisters who send me $1 a week. Don't tell me you can't make a financial donation because I got brothers and sisters who send $1 a week. And by the way, if you sending in a resume, and you ain't made a donation, you will not get an interview. If you send in a resume and you haven't made a donation, you will not get an interview, brothers and sisters. If you send in a resume and you have not made a donation, you will not get an interview, brothers and sisters. The phone number, 8444 Umar, 8444 DrUMAR, 8444 DrU. If you want to text my personal cell, 215-989-9858. I prefer emails to voicemails, and I prefer text messages to voicemails. I prefer emails to voicemails, and I also prefer text messages to voicemails. 215-989-9858. Shout out to my South Sudanese brother. Let's get back. I want to do 5 more principles before I wrap it up. What time is it, by the way? What time is it? 3:30. Oops. Close. Okay, I got to get some juice. Hold on one second. I'm going to do 5 more principles, y'all. I'm going to do 5 more principles before we close out. 5 more principles of Pan-Africanism. If you can bear with me for another 15 minutes. Another 15 minutes. We're going to do 5 more principles. Okay? Another 15 minutes. We're going to do 5 more principles. That's how we're going to do that. Okay? Another 15 minutes, 5 principles. But before I do that, I want to let everybody know Dr. Umar Johnson is working on a couples retreat for black couples. A couples retreat for black couples. We got to start doing stuff to keep our brothers and sisters who are together. We have to keep them together. I want to keep our brothers and sisters who are together. We have to keep them together. And in order to do that, to help do that, we're going to have a couples retreat. We are going to have a couples retreat, brothers and sisters. So for all my married brothers and sisters, committed brothers and sisters, I'm working on a couples retreat. We're going to go up into the mountains. It's going to be beautiful scenery. We're going to have activities for couples. Y'all going to relearn each other. Y'all going to re-love each other. We're going to build tolerance for one another, commitment to one another. You're going to stop cheating on your husband. He's going to stop cheating on you. Y'all going to recommit yourself to the sacred black family. Y'all going to recommit yourself to the sacred black family. So be on the lookout for the couples retreat. The couples retreat. And then we're going to do the black singles convention. For all the single black men and women, we got to get you married. For all the single black men and women, we got to get you married. So we got the couples retreat if you already together. If you single, we got the singles convention, and that's going to be a whole weekend. The singles convention is going to be a whole weekend. And the singles convention is going to have a lot of activities. It's going to help you learn each other, learn yourself. Sessions for women, sessions for men. It is going to be beautiful. I am not married, Sister Ashanti. I am not married, Queen, but I'm going to have 2 wives. I'm just letting you know that. Okay, I'm going to have 2 wives. That's me. Okay, most brothers only need 1. But the work I got to do, 2 queens. Double up on everything. If 1 turned into a coon, I still got 1 to go. 2 for me. Okay, so we got the couples retreat and we got the singles convention. If you have recommendations on where the couples retreat should be, let me know. If you have recommendations on where the singles convention can be, let me know. You might even own a retreat. You might have family that own a retreat in Jamaica, own a retreat in California, own a retreat in Florida, own a retreat in the Caribbean islands of South America. We could take it out the country. We could take it out the country. We could take it out the country. We're not going to debate my personal choices. My personal choice to have 2 wives is nobody's business but me and the 2 women who I make my queens. It's none of your business. It's really none of your business. Okay? That's my decision. It is none of your business. If you ain't interested in being a co-wife, I have no problem. Keep it, step in. Let's get back to Pan-Africanism. Let's get back to Pan-Africanism. Let's get back. The next principle I want to talk about of Pan-Africanism is self-reliance and determination. Self-reliance and determination. Self-reliance and determination. Whatever is to be done for African people must be done by African people. Whatever is to be done for African people must be done by African people. That means if I have to build a black family, I have to build a black family with a black woman. I can't build a black family with a white woman. I can't build a black family with a Mexican woman. If you believe in self-determination, you automatically reject interracial marriage. If you believe in self-determination, you automatically reject interracial marriage. If you believe in self-determination, you automatically reject interracial marriage. There's no way you can believe in for us, by us. There is no way you can believe in for us, by us. It's no way you can believe in that. There's no way you can believe in for us, by us, but you building a family that's going to be for them and by them. That's a contradiction. That is a contradiction. That is a contradiction. And for my brothers out there who got these non-African women, I don't hate you. Stop sending me these disrespectful emails because you made a political mistake. Stop sending me these disrespectful emails because you made a political mistake. I don't hate you. I don't even hate your white wife. But as a Pan-Africanist, we believe in pragmatism. Pan-Africanists are pragmatic. We look at what is in the best interest for the people. And you not being with a queen is not in the best interest of our people. It is not personal. It is political. It is not personal. It is political. It is not personal. It is political. Same thing with the sisters. Why do I dislike weaves so much? It's not just because you imitating your oppressor. It's not just because you're imitating your oppressor. I dislike weaves and wigs because you're sending a message to little black girls that the way they look is unacceptable. The way God made them is unacceptable. That's right. Every time a little black girl sees a black woman with a weave or perm or blonde hair, you are teaching her by example that something was wrong with the way she came out of her mother. And that's why I got a problem with it. And that's why I got a problem with it. I said every time a black girl sees a black woman with a weave or a perm, every time a black girl sees a black woman with a weave or a perm, you are telling her that something is wrong with the way she came out of her mother, that there's something wrong with African women. My volume is low. I got it on the max. I got it on the max. Black women cannot keep talking about being bullied with white standards of beauty. Black women cannot keep talking about being bullied with white standards of beauty. Black women cannot keep talking about being bullied with white standards of beauty when you choose to acquiesce. When you choose to acquiesce and bow down. You can't keep talking about being bullied by white standards of beauty and then you run around and acquiesce and cave in and give in to the pressure of white women to look like them. You cannot do that. You're no better than the black man who gave in to the pressure to marry a white woman because people say they're more attractive than you. Okay? Yeah, we have to do better than that. We have to do better than that, brothers and sisters. Self-reliance means I want my own. I don't want to share with nobody. Black people have to stop wanting to share. I want you to get politically selfish. I know some of y'all got a problem with me right now. I know some of y'all got a problem with me right now. I need you to get politically selfish. That's right. I need you to get politically selfish. Yes. Politically selfish. I need you to get politically selfish. Politically selfish. That's right. Because when we get politically selfish, I didn't say you couldn't help somebody who wasn't black. I never said that. I said politically selfish, not personally selfish. Politically selfish means that you want as much as you can get so you can share it with your people. That's what politically selfish means. You want as much wealth as you can get so you can give some to other Africans who don't have none. I need you to get politically selfish so you can have as much money, real estate, businesses, control so you can share it with other Africans because we don't have no friends. That's right, Sire Anthony. You right, Queen. We don't have no friends. How can a people who don't have friends be willing to share everything that they have? How can a people who don't have friends be willing to share everything that they have? How can a people who don't have friends be willing to share everything that they have? The reason black people love to share, the reason black people love to share is because you're trying to buy acceptance. Let me say it again. You don't share because you're Christian. You don't share because you're Muslim. You don't share because you're selfless and giving and you're just a good person. No, you share because you are trying to buy acceptance into somebody else's world. You are trying to buy acceptance into somebody else's world. That's why you want to share. How the hell are you going to share when we got all these homeless blacks? How you going to share? We got all these hungry blacks. How you going to share? We got all these black folks who ain't got no job and no wealth and no opportunities and no material necessities, and you talking about you want to share. It ain't because you got a good heart. It's because your ass ain't got no heart for your own people. It's not because you got a good heart. It's because your ass ain't got no heart for your own people. Stop playing games. What is the next principle? The next principle is Pan-African government. Government. Marcus Messiah Garvey built a government. A government for African people, and that government must be headquartered in Africa. You can live in America, but the government for our people must be in Africa. You can live in Canada. Nothing's wrong with that. But the government for our people must be in Africa. You can live in Jamaica, Asia, England. You can live wherever you want, but the government must be in our ancestral homeland, because that is our power base. That is our spiritual power base. Africa is our cultural power base. It is our anthropological power base. It is our genetic power base. Why would you put your government anywhere else besides where God put you? If God put you in Africa, you would be a fool to put your government anywhere else. You put your government where God put you at, because that's where your spiritual ashe is greatest. That's where your intellectual ashe is greatest. That's where your historical ashe is greatest. That's where your cultural ashe is greatest. As Africa goes, so goes all African people. As Africa goes, so goes all African people. As Africa goes, so goes all African people. As Africa goes, so will the rest. If Africa dies, we die. The respect you get in America is a direct reflection of the respect that Africa gets. The respect you get in Jamaica, the respect you get in Los Angeles, Detroit, Chicago, Houston, Baltimore, Philly, New York, Boston, London, Birmingham, Wolverhampton, Japan, China, wherever you live in the world as an African, the respect you get is a reflection. Wherever you live in the world, the respect you get is a direct reflection of the respect that Africa gets. Until you rebuild the motherland, it will be impossible. Until you rebuild the motherland, it will be impossible for you to overcome oppression anywhere else. That's right. I know you don't want to hear it. You've been spending your whole life trying to get away from being African. You've been spending your whole life trying to be disassociated from Africa. You've been spending your whole life trying to forget what it means to be an African. And Dr. Umar Johnson got the nerve and the audacity to remind you that as Africa goes, so goes you. The destiny of any African is tied up with the destiny of all Africans. The destiny of any African is tied up with the destiny of all Africans, and the destiny of all Africans is tied up with the destiny of Africa. I said the destiny of any African is tied up with the destiny of all Africans, and the destiny of all Africans is tied up with Africa. Without her, there will never be no you. Without her, Africa, there will never be no you. This is a global chess match. Stop playing checkers. This is a global chess match. Stop playing checkers. This is a global chess match. Stop playing checkers. Next principle of Pan-Africanism. The next principle of Pan-Africanism is your God must look like you. Your God must look like you. You must never bow, worship, pray to any image other than one that looks like you. Because you were created in the image of God. And as the first people created in the image of God, God made you black, which is to say that your blackness is a manifestation of supreme consciousness. I said you are the first man and the first woman, and God made you black. So if you are the first of God's children and God made you black, then your blackness must be a manifestation of supreme consciousness. Therefore, you should never be comfortable. You should never be comfortable. You should never, ever, ever be comfortable with having you or your children bow, worship, pray, or acknowledge any image of a deity that does look like your enemy. No deity should ever look like your enemy. And if you are comfortable with your deity looking like an enemy, you ain't nothing but a 21st century slave. You ain't nothing but a 21st century slave. You ain't nothing but a 21st century slave. You ever walk into a church and the preacher tell you color don't matter? He's not saying color don't matter. What he's really saying is that his color. What he's really saying is that his color. What he's really saying is that his color don't matter. Clearly, the white man's color matters because he made everything look like him. Color matters because color is a chemical, and all chemicals have a vibration, and all vibrations have a message and a connection to supreme divine consciousness. Color does matter. Black power. Black power. Color does matter. Everything about us matters. Talking about the chosen people are a particular religion. That's the biggest lie ever told. Chosen people ain't no particular religion. Chosen people ain't got nothing to do with no religion. You don't choose God, God chooses you. You don't choose God, God chooses you. You don't choose God, God chose the black man and woman to be his first and only child. We are the only people whose DNA comes from God. Let me say it again. We are the only people in the world whose DNA comes from God. Let me say it again. We are the only people whose DNA comes from God. We are the chosen people. We are the chosen people.